For example, you can have a spaceship up here and land, and then who comes out but a 7 foot tall babe wearing some really tight stuff, and she's got really cool technology up on her utility belt, and she's kind of wearing a little bit of makeup, not too much, but she's 7 foot tall and she's strong and she's fit because she evolved on a planet that probably has more gravity or something, on another Earth. And now she can come and start hanging out with people on this Earth. Now, this is the part I want to tell you is, if she wants to pick up a Earth human guy and have kids with him, she can do that. Because we're genetically related to the point where there's a bunch of people from space that are coming from the same cooking pot, like I mentioned in the episode or two earlier, that someone went back and forth with different human samples of humans and generated more diversity in a short time by having humans from this Earth go out and live on other Earths, take a bunch of plants and animals from this Earth and seeds and spores, get them going on that other Earth, generate another similar environment for them to evolve on, to the point where when they evolve into space and come and visit us, you can see clearly that we're genetically of the same family, which is why I would call it the celestial family reunion. There are people from space that are related to us genetically 90%, 80%, 70%, 50%, 40%, 30%, 20%. Some of them are really odd because they live on really different types of Earths, different elements, environments, different DNA. Some are not even protein, carbon-based DNAs. They're coming from further away. You can still intermingle by making a zygote, but that's playing around with stuff. So that's up to the individual's karma, which in the ancient texts, you can see that there was some of that going on as well. Big thing I want to tell you about is the celestial family reunion. I mentioned this earlier. What it will look like is a bunch of UFOs are appearing all over the world. It'll be on the news. It'll be all over the place. What the bad guys are going to want from you is they're going to want you to be afraid of them. And they're going to want you to pull out your guns, and they're going to want you to think something's wrong and trigger the animal instinct using fear. So you want to trigger an animal instinct using fear. It's called violence. Earth humans are notorious for violence. We have a lot of history on that. We'll beat the crap out of each other. We'll take each other out if you're just too weird and scary. I mean, you're going to go around and make the blind see, and you're going to heal people and share all this food among people. It doesn't matter. You still scared the people. Your life's in danger. The people choose the monetary system instead of you talking about love and people coming together, So it's like, it doesn't matter. Once you scare the people, you're screwed, But we're growing, we're evolving. It doesn't have to be the same way that we were 2,000 years ago. Come on now, we're not animals anymore. I'm just saying, dummy up. In a nice way, with love. I'm sending you a hug. Okay? We need to. Because if it's about love, then you want to sustain life. So, if you understand, then you're no longer afraid. Bingo. I need you to understand that you don't need to be afraid of the people from space. If they needed to take over, they would have taken over a long time ago. As a matter of fact, the people that you do need to be afraid of had already taken over thousands of years ago. They are the ones that are responsible for starting up the elite groups that have now put the world in slavery and had put together the education system, which its origins are of war. A lot of things in our history had come from war as we are evolving into peace and love. So it's very fascinating. You know, I would go to school to play the game if it's still there. But I perceive the institutionalized education as a slave robbery brainwashing system. And no disrespect to the teachers and principals and all of them, they're just passing on what they already know. Technically, they're innocent. As a matter of fact, a lot of people around that you might want to point the finger at, they're innocent. They're just passing on what they know. Even the cops are innocent. You know, the people generally don't know any better. All they know is what they were taught in school and what's seen on the news and what they see on TV, which is, you know what I mean? In our day and age, is definitely not enough. You need to know a little bit more than what you're going to find watching these sitcoms and having the hypnosis from the commercials. Your mind is copying these garbage files, man. Leave television alone and start asking questions. Go on YouTube or something. Start looking around, right? See, we need to find a way to open a possibility where there's a larger amount of people that are aware and they're not afraid of the people from space. We also need a larger amount of people that are aware of the tracker identification mark. It's going to be hard. Like, for example, me. I've lived a life of poverty, right? But what if one day I manage to put together a really good band, or I get called in to sing for a really good band, and then we get out there and we start releasing albums and our lives change, you know? It would just be spectacular. And now, basically, the challenge that I would have to face is all that income that I just generated, I can only access it if I have this tracker identification marker chip under my skin. So I'm kind of wondering if that's the karmic test that's going to come up to me. All of us of this world will have this karmic test to choose our destined fatale fate of what type of karmic path you want your spirit body, your soul to be dealing with. What story would you like to reincarnate into next? Depends on your decisions right now. Basically, if you take that tracker identification mark chip, you're going to reincarnate in society. But if you don't, things might feel pretty hard in this world. I'm going to come explain this stuff on the next episode. So thank you. Be right back.